Hey guys, welcome back to the Healing Road Home. I want to welcome you tonight and introduce to you a guest. This is my first collaboration video, um, and she happens to also be my wife, and she has her own YouTube channel. Her name is Ashley McDaniel. And what's the name of your channel?
Currently, it's called Stay at Home Mom Diaries with Frugal Motivation.
But you're going to soon be probably maybe changing the name.
Considering changing the name. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Homemaker in the making, but we'll see.
Yeah, so she's my sweet little wife, and she is by far prettier and more famous than me, as you can see. And she has been YouTubing now for
Goodness, about 4 years total.
about 4 years, and uh, I was able to play a part in that. I was able to help motivate her in getting started. And either way, she's come today to bless you guys, and share with us some of her story. And so, would you mind to first just tell us a little bit about yourself and what brings you to YouTube and what your channel is and what it's about?
Sure. Um, so, my name's Ashley McDaniel, and I guess what brought me to YouTube was my husband. 4 years ago, he kind of gave a little nudge and then told me that he thought that I should try. And so I did. I started with just a purse review, and it was kind of just a little bit of uh, occasional purse reviews, wallet reviews that kind of started everything. And I really love YouTube, and it just kind of went from there. I ended up doing a video on myself, my personal story and testimony, and I'm not usually I'm an introvert, and so it's very awkward at first. So if you go back and watch that video, it's a definitely a rough one. But I really just love the creativity with YouTube, and so I decided to continue with it. So it's kind of just been a little hobby that I've done for 4 years, and there's really no it kind of, oh gosh, sorry, it was just a little hobby that I did for a little bit. And when I had got pregnant with my son and was deciding to whether I was going to go back to work or be a stay-at-home mom, my husband nicely decided to support our family fully and was comfortable with me resigning a 20-year nursing career. And that was a little bit of a rough patch emotionally for myself. But through this YouTube channel that I have now, I'm able to still have a community of women and people in my area of interest. And so that's kind of where my channel's at and a little bit about me, I guess.
So, what do you do on your channel? What is your channel about?
Right now, it's all things to do with the home. And I guess that's the reason that I'm kind of considering changing the name of it, because yes, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but my heart is really for all things homemaking, and my son being the biggest reason, my son and my husband, that I do what I do. But I have a big heart for women that are younger than me, that are just getting started, maybe 16 years old and any up, really, that are trying to make tough choices in life with what career they want to go into, if they want to be in a career or if they want to be predominantly a stay-at-home mom. And I feel like I have a lot to offer in that area, because I was very career driven the first part of my life, and my mom encouraged that growing up, to be fully sufficient, not rely on a man. I really had a worldly viewpoint for a very, very long time about being independent. And so I kind of have done a 360 since getting saved, since being married, since having a child. I now see things totally different. And so I think I have a different framework to kind of look at things through than most people doing YouTube, because I've done both sides. I've done the secular corporate side and getting saved, and then I've also done God's view of coming to the home and being a helpmeet for my husband and a full-time caregiver for my son. And so I want to kind of be the person that the channel and the person that people can go to for the support of the decision that they're making, and be able to give them what a day in the life looks like. Also be able to talk to them about the corporate side of things and what that looks like. And then also be able to give them God's truth about what a woman's best choice actually is. And I think by having both views and then aligning it with God's word, that it's maybe a new perspective kind of brought to YouTube that I've not seen yet. I'm sure there's channels out there, I just haven't seen one.
Yeah. How do you like YouTube so far?
I really love YouTube. I'm a creative person anyway. I love to design and decorate and really do anything with a creative outlet. And so the setting up and recording and then being able to edit a video and put my own spin on it. I do edit probably a little bit more than some do, but I like to make it my own, put my own touch on it. And so I find that fun and a little bit of a creative outlet.
Cool. So you're doing well with it. You've been doing it 4 years now, and you're up to several hundred subscribers now, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I've been telling you for a long time. I've been telling her, guys, for since the beginning that she's already famous. The world just hasn't discovered that yet. And slowly the world is discovering how famous you are.
It was very slow for a long time. For probably 3.5 years, it didn't do much of anything. I had a viral video that went to about 22,000 on an envelope wallet system, and so that did really good because that's one of my passions is finance. But I didn't really do a whole lot with it for a long time because I worked a lot, and then when I got pregnant, that whole year or 9 months was consumed with making sure that we were both healthy and then learning to be a mom. But here lately, I started trying to do more since coming off of maternity leave and not working a full-time job. And I started with decluttering our house, trying to set it up to be able to be better at being a homemaker, because it takes a lot of time to cook and a lot of time to clean. And if the house is full of things in your way, just to prep a meal, you have to clear a counter, and just clearing the counter can take 20 minutes if you have a ton of stuff on it. And so you're adding 20 minutes to your cooking time to get your family fed. And so I was just trying to help motivate myself to declutter the house by doing the videos. And it really took off. We had like a growth of from 425, it's up to 693 today. And so, I really feel like that declutter is a hot topic as well as finance, but I think the women enjoy seeing a real life home. We live in a 1940s house, and so we've done some modifications to it, but it's not like the bougie rich houses that you see with, it's a real life house that's really lived in, and we have real clutter, and I'm just real on my channel. And I think that people value that.
So if people tune into your channel, what are they gonna find?
I do a little bit of everything, really, because I don't know. I tell this on my channel. I loved Friends growing up, and I loved the fact that you could see their whole life. Like, I'm a 80s, 90s kid, and so, you got to see their work life, you got to see their home life, their friend life, just everything as they got married, as they had kids, and then they moved away. And I wanted to encompass that into my channel. I don't like just going to a channel and only seeing finance. While that is great, I love seeing all of the interests of the person, and so that's what my channel encompasses. I have many interests, and so the home, and I want to learn to be a better homemaker. So I want to teach myself to bake bread and really have nutritious meals for my family, because I love cooking, so that's a huge passion of mine. I also love finance, because if we had not done Dave Ramsey and got debt free, and our house paid off, there's no way that we could have ever afforded for me to stop, to quit my corporate job and come home to work full time. So financing will be there. I love to declutter, organizing, designing. So it's a lot of different things. And then on Sunday, faith is a big part of my life too. And so on Sundays, I'm trying to get where I have a small chat, devotional type, encouraging video that comes out on Sundays. This Sunday will probably actually be the story of us.
Awesome. So, guys, I'm sorry if we're talking quietly. Our baby is asleep, and we're going to make this video brief. And I'm hoping you're able to hear us. We're watching the baby monitor, and we're on borrowed time here.
Stay at home mom life.
Yeah, it's busy. So, what would you want the listeners to know? My audience, your audience, anyone who happens to watch this. What would you like them to know about you or about anything in general? What is your core message to the people?
Well, the biggest thing is I don't have everything figured out. Nobody does. And I think the next biggest thing is that I think there's always room to learn and to grow, and we're always going through a process of sanctification after we become saved. And I don't think that anything does that more than when you get married and then when you have children. It has been a lot to learn and to figure out these past couple years. And so I'm hoping that I'll continue to grow and become, I guess, a stronger mother and wife, and you'll see me grow as you're there on the channel with me. You'll be coming along with me as I'm learning to do life. Like, I grew up, my mom worked full time and my grandmother worked full time, and so I didn't see what being a homemaker looked like. Mom taught me how to clean and to organize based on how she thought things should be, but that never really made sense in my head, and so I've had to teach myself a lot of this stuff. Like down to learning to clean a bathroom correctly. I had no idea, like, the proper things that actually made that easier in an older home with older grout and an older tub. And so there's a lot that I'm learning. Baking bread, and I don't know, I just have a lot that I'm interested in. And so bear with me as I learn. Bear with me as I learn to edit videos, because I'm new to this. Even though I've done it for 4 years, things are all the time changing, and I'm learning to do YouTube with a little one, and that's interesting in itself, trying to film a video in between naps, but also while he's awake. You'll see videos where I'm blurring him out because we don't want to put him on social media. We want that to be his choice if he makes that later in life, not something that we make for him. So it's a lot of learning curves. But, you'll see a day in my life. And did I answer your question? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not the talker of the two of us. That's him.
Well, okay. So is there anything else you would like to say or share concerning your channel or your view on life or your place in life? Anything else you'd like my people to know about you or your channel?
I think the biggest thing is that my view on life is it's a lot better doing it God's way. We did it not God's way for a long time, specifically me. And I'm so thankful for books and resources that we have in the Bible, because it's opened my mind and my heart to things that I just always thought that material possessions was what was going to make me happy. And working 60 plus hours a week, probably 80 or more, it was 16-hour days a lot of the time when I was working in home health as a registered nurse. And now leaving the corporate world and kind of dying to all of the, not all material things, because of course we still want things, but I was really a shopaholic and really had to die to myself and give up a lot of the things that I had put above God, and above what my role should be as a wife. And doing that and coming home and being with my son and a helper to my husband has been the greatest blessing of my life. And so I would really encourage you, if even if you don't come to my channel, one, to make sure that your walk with Jesus is legitimate and strong, because I was a saved by, you know, saved to dodge the flames kind of Christian. What, fire insurance is what they call it, I think, for a really long time, and it never actually really meant anything or stuck. And so now that I, I am saved and I'm reading good books and listening to Focus on the Family, a book that I'd encourage all women that are tuning into this channel to read is by Mary Farrar, and it's Choices is in the title. Do you remember the exact name of the title of the book?
That's it.
Choices. It has a couple other words on the top of the title, but that's the biggest thing. Mary Farrar, Choices. And I actually read the book after deciding to stay at home, but I had such a pull on my heart that I wasn't supposed to be working full time anymore. I cried every day when I was working, and it was only for a month that I went back and tried. But just not being with my son, I just could not shake it. God had such a conviction on me that I was supposed to be here at the house. And I encourage women to read the book. If you're planning on having children, have children, you feel drawn to be at home, and to really pray and seek God's will for your family and for your life and your purpose here. And come to my channel. I would encourage you to do life and community with me, because my heart is to bless you and to give you information, hopefully at a younger age than I had. I didn't really start this journey until I was about 38, of actually what God's will is for my life as a woman here on this earth. And I wish that I had found that book and actually sought his will for my life a lot longer, because I think that I would have probably even left the corporate America before we had kids. Because I think that if a woman comes home and does life God's way, I think it can be a blessing. And I'm going to go into more of that in my channel too. So that's something that you can kind of tune in for, is what a woman's role is here, biblically, and how you can still be a blessing and try to provide an income for your family or streamline your output of finances to help tighten up and make it doable for you to be home with your family. So it's a lot of valuable content that I wish that I had had when I was starting out in a career or making the choice to do so, and then after getting married. So I'm hoping to be a disciple to women who are a younger version of myself, that I didn't have that guidance at that time. And so that's my heart. I love the fact that YouTube is here and social media is here, because people live so far apart, and everything is so noisy and so busy all the time that we don't do life together anymore. Curtis and I talk about this all the time. It's the loneliest, loudest generation ever. And so we have all of this input on social media, and it's not always positive. It's not always uplifting or encouraging. And you can have like a pseudo relationship with people. And I really want to have a strong relationship and community with the women and people coming to my channel, and really disciple them and be a friend to them when a lot of people feel lonely today.
Awesome. Anything else you got? Guys, I want to encourage you to check out her channel. Your channel is called, for now,
currently, Stay at Home Mom Diaries Frugal Motivation.
And I will try to include down in the description below, or the comment section, I'll try to include a link to one of her videos so that you can find her channel and discover all that she has to offer. I encourage any ladies who may be watching the channel here to go check her out. You will be blessed. It's fun. She's perky. She's spunky. She's pretty. She's happy. She's got all kinds of great stuff over there. I watch every one of her videos because I'm her biggest fan. So I know
I watch all of his too.
there's a lot of good stuff over there. If you'll go check that out, you'll be blessed. And so thank you so much for your time tonight in coming onto my little channel. And I said it and I'll say it again. You're famous, and the world's just now discovering it. So thank you for blessing us. And we'll sign off for tonight. And we always like to always end with something about Jesus. So we hope that you have discovered Jesus is the way. And if not, we'll just tell you Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And we pray you find your peace in Him. So thank you for your time, and God bless you. Thanks again, hon.
Thanks.
And I want to, what?
You're shaking the table. I'm trying to get it where your video's not like totally shaking.
Now, can you edit this real quick?
Can I edit